Girls for Sale.
Girls for Sale.
Girls for Sale.
At a first glance at the title, like somebody told me, they said that the title seemed offensive, to them. And then I said to them, if it seems offensive to you, it means that it caught your attention in one way or the other. So it's uncommon, and it's a title that would make you want to find out. What does she mean, girls for sale? Are girls for sale? What girls are for sale? Why are girls for sale? So it's a title that generates a lot of questioning in your mind and questioning amongst yourselves. Why this title?
My first question towards reading the script was why such a title, On reading the story, I was trying to place the name and the story together. But at some point, I realized that sometimes titles go deeper than just what you see on the blank skate.
As an actress, when I was reading the script, I learned a lot of stuff that I did not know. I can be trekking around the compound now.
Which compound? Is it not the trek that you are doing? That is why you got yourself pregnant. I better come out for road for moto.
It's a very educational script, especially with the topic with the cervical cancer.
That is involved, isn't it?
Yes.
Cervical cancer.
Cervical cancer.
I particularly, to be honest and frank with you, Jackie, I have not had the opportunity to read so much or too much about cervical cancer. So when I got a script too, I took time to Google things that probably I didn't know, and I've gotten to know some things. In fact, I believe that the film that we are doing right now will have an impact on the people who probably may have that cervical cancer.
It's an STD carried by men, which is given to women. It's a result of an STD Tega gave me. And right now, I need some fun.
Wait a second. What do you mean Tega gave you?
The fascinating thing about it is that the men don't get it. But it's men who transfer it to women. And it affects the womb.
It's a fantastic script. First of its kind for me. This is my first time working on a script that has to do with such a message that encompasses the cervical cancer issue. It's amazing. It's a very touching story, life-altering, one that I feel that will impact a lot of lives and touch a lot of people. I like to work on scripts that has a message and which touches lives, and this is one of them for me. So, I'm holding this at a very high esteem.
The doctor says you have 2 weeks to go under the knife, all right? Anything outside 2 weeks...
Listen, I appreciate your kind gesture, but no thanks.
We live in a world, a society where the male child is more privileged than the female child. We live in a society where a lot of things play at the advantage of the male child. Most women with good upbringing probably feel that they owe the man who virginity, their life, and hence they would probably decide to hang in there through whatever it is, cloudy, stormy, or whatever situation it is, or the fact that you have a child with somebody and you don't want to have a child with someone else. So because of these reasons, you stay stuck in something that is not good for you, something that will probably lead you to whatever problems in life. So we find a case of Elo. Elo is a young girl who fell in love with a guy. She got pregnant from a situation where even without penetration, you realize that the hymen was just chilling and waiting for semen to come through.
I got the DNA results you sent to me to prove that Ode is my son. I also ran it across my parents, and they are very happy to know he's actually their son, their grandson.
I hope you also announced to them that you were the promiscuous one that infected me with whatever that led to my cervical cancer.
And the whole funny situation thing about this story is that he didn't even penetrate into her. And she was a virgin and she got pregnant And people are going to ask, if you're a virgin, how can you get pregnant?
She was even still seeing her monthly cycle while she was 3 months gone.
And you still don't think you say the Joseph, the carpenter who hammered this nail into you?
Well, my character Tega, well, it's quite interesting. A young guy who is in love with a girl, but the question is, does he really understand what love is? Or is he just hanging into this person because he's kind of attached to her?
Hi. What are you doing here?
Good afternoon, everyone. Could you please excuse your sister and myself for a minute?
That's against doctor's advice.
Oh, is it?
Don't worry. I'll be fine. You can go.
See? She'll be fine.
Both of you have 3 minutes.
He falls into that category of the guys that I say the society favors in this age and time. From a wealthy home, a wealthy background, he feels that he's doing the girl a favor every time he does something to play in her favor. And, you know, at the end of the day, we get to find out, would he have this girl or would he lose this girl? So Tega is a typical guy who feels that girls are for sale. He's a guy who probably just thinks that, you know, throw some money around, throw some attention, and she will come crawling. You know, throw in the question, would you marry me? And the girl will come crawling, which is a typical situation in our society today.
I played a character called Alex, Mr. Alex. Alex is a guy who is a very well-to-do guy, you know, middle-class guy, or should I say a wealthy guy, who at some point in life lost his wife and child during birth. So it's a very sad person who, for some reason, hasn't been able to get over his loss. And at some point in his ordeal, he meets the lady called Elo.
What is your true intentions for my daughter Elo?
Because the character I played was going out with a promiscuous boyfriend who she loved, and she had only been with that guy her whole life. That was the only guy she's dated, and the guy got her pregnant.
How can you tell me a story after abandoning me to my fate when I needed you the most?
I have said I am sorry. I am very sorry. Schooling overseas was not a roller coaster like I thought it was going to be. I had lively times. I mean, my parents were on my neck all through. They were choking me. All I could think about was you. I couldn't call.
That's a lame excuse, Tega. Do you know what I've been through? Gosh.
We can make things perfect.
Promiscuous boy, as you mentioned, I played his father, and he actually got promiscuous because he was more like abused by someone who was living in our house.
The house helps, yes.
The question is, have you at any time have sexual intercourse with Sika while she was working for us here in this house as a maid?
Dad, honestly speaking, I'm confused myself. You know, I don't know why. Everywhere I go, within and outside Nigeria, people just keep trying to throw babies at me, left, right, and center. From a mere handshake, next thing, I'm pregnant.
Oh yeah, I don't know how Papa Williams pulled this one off, but I'm sure he has a lot of money in his account, like $4 million. You know, because he was able to pull a lot of strings. Myself, there is Jackie Appiah, there is Kofi Ajololo, there is Nino, there is Kiki Omeli, you know, there's Gloria Young, there's a few other big names, you know. my mouth cannot even carry.
There will be no peace. No peace for this sexual predator. There will be no peace for you. You're a liar, a gold digger, and an unfortunate opportunist. Now, will you get out of my house? You and this product of a lousy sexual promiscuity.
Ah, the crew. I had fun working with the crew. Had fun working with Opa Williams, very funky old man. He knows what time it is. Very interesting man, makes me laugh all the time. Opa Williams and the DOPs, the director. I think they're all good, very professional, and everyone wants to get things done properly, and I like that about them.
Well, it's interesting working with professionals. I mean, everyone knows what they're on set to do. We play a lot, but at the same time, when action is called, everyone knows it's time to get down to the business. You know, down to the crew. Shout out to the director, Damijo Ife Young. I've worked with him several times in different jobs, and he's always that person that will give him his all. You know, with his short knicker and kangol and glasses, always doing this. I don't know what that means, but it's jazz. But yeah, you know, he's a guy I respect so much for his creativity and depth.
Fantastic crew. A bunch of the people in the crew I have worked with in the past, so it's not new for me. And I'm working with Opa Williams as a producer for this. Directed by Ife Damijo Young. Fantastic director. I have worked with him before, so it feels like me just working with family. It's my first time on Mr. Opa's set, but I must say I love it so far. I've been looking forward to work with him.
Okay, our big man said.
Yes.
That's a very interesting and lovely man.
Yes.